So I'm here with filmed in 4K today. What's going on, my brothers? Nice to meet you. I'm Dylan Duffus. Who is Dylan Duffus? Dylan Duffus. It's a crazy question. I've been asked that one before. Dylan Duffus. I'm a father of 10 children, 7 boys, 3 girls. Actor, filmmaker, entrepreneur. Got my own businesses, whether it be the alcohol business. I got my own little bar. Other ventures that I do as well. So that's me, Dylan Duffus. Yeah. Grew up in Handsworth. I'm Handsworth born and raised. So yeah, that's yeah. Handsworth is where my stomping ground. That's where from Handsworth to Handsworth. Yeah. I grew up in Handsworth from the 80s to to late 2000. Well, I'm still in Handsworth now. My family still lives in Handsworth to this day. So yeah, and growing up in Handsworth, it was I loved it, to be truthful. Everybody talks about Handsworth, this and that. For me, it was I loved it until I got older, and then obviously all the drama and all the politics that was going on, and that he get me creeped up around there. But apart from that, I loved growing up in Handsworth. It was great. We had carnival, we had everything. There's a lot of culture in Handsworth. Understand it, whether it be from the Windrush era. A lot of the people that came from the Windrush, they ended up in Handsworth. So it was a vibrant place, full of culture, full of the Jamaican Caribbean culture. Yeah, I loved it. When I was growing up, no, to tell the truth, no, but I've always told my friends, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be on TV and that. Everybody laughed at me, get me more time. But yeah, when I was a teenager and I left school and that, I was a barber. That was a truth situation. I used to cut the random's hair and all that around the place and that. So that was one of my occupations. But obviously, I've always been into money and all that kind of stuff. So ended up outside and that. But you get me, you realize sooner or later that that ain't the way. And when stuff hit the fan, I was thinking, yo, I need to do something different. And then that's when I got into the filming and acting and stuff. So yeah, I met a lady named Penny Woolcock, and she was doing her research about the film that she wanted to make in Birmingham. So she met loads of people. She met people from Handsworth, Newtown, Aston, this and that. But then she met me. But I met her for my mom's cousin, and then so I knew she was official, the real deal. So I had no hesitation dealing with her. And then we sat down, had a conversation. I mean, from the conversation what we had, she made it into a script. And then from that, I was helping out in the auditions, and that she said, you might as well take the lead part. I wasn't trying to be on the camera because obviously he get me we come from cameras and all that's a bit mad, but I said, something, let me do that. And you get me, next thing you know, here we are today. To tell the truth, I loved all of it. It was a whole experience.
I love bandana right now. It goes with my gold kick shoes where I'm color coordinated.
Color coordinated. Yeah. From when I first started out, I was flying with like a piece of paper and walking around Handsworth and saying, yo, this is what I'm doing and that. I don't think nobody took it
Why you
seriously.
think our man small, you won't get touch pussy? Fuck all of that, blood. Touch you, blood.
So where you off to, dog?
Right now I'm off to church, blood.
Church. I thought I was gonna pop with the camcorder and that and did the thing. But when all the trucks and all you get me, the lighting and this, that, and the third pulled up and that, you get
What the fuck? I'm gonna rust! I should leave you with 60 scars! Bang you out, make you see 60 stars! Stand in my yard, that's the instant
war! The whole experience, bro. It was something that I'd never seen before. So it was a beautiful experience. One day changed my life. One day put me in a position where I am today. Get me, helped me make films. It got me known. It get me, the stuff that we've done is legendary. Like I said, it's gonna live longer than me. So yeah, that was one day put me in position, man. That's what it did to do everything I'm doing now. I've done from documentaries to music videos. I've done music videos with Jay Z and Ali Pali, Forever Young. I've done Rihanna's Tia Tomorrow in south of France, France. I did Naomi Campbell's birthday in the south of France. We did Wiley's Roll Deep. I can't remember what the song was, but yeah, we did some music videos, did loads of music videos, and that's how I was learning the game. And then from there, we've made like feature films. I've made TV series, BBC series. Line of Duty, that was one of the biggest BBC series to ever come out of the BBC. Line of Duty, and then the Intent 1, Intent 2. Made documentaries. I've done loads of stuff, man. You get me? Check out my films and that on the International Movie Database. Type in Dylan Duffus and everything will come up. Well, what made me make 1 Mile Away? Big up Shabba, because that was all on Shabba to tell the truth. Shabba hit up Penny, because obviously she's doing her research on the other side of town. So she had made it. Her and Shabba got close and they kept the connect. Shabba must have got a pass when he was walking through town or something, and one of the man says, allow him. And he says, yo, why can't we just live like this? And then he's hit Penny up and said, yo, what can we do? Me, I ain't got the weight to be, you get me making decisions like that, but I threw the idea out there to the man them. It was hell. Everybody's pissed like, the fuck is you talking about, D-boy? But obviously, you get me, I got seven boys, so it's only right. You get me, if there's a positive message I can push, I gotta push that. And if it can make my place more safe for my kids where they're growing up and that, I'm all in. You get me? And that was it. And that's how we ended up making 1 Mile Away. The statistics is after 1 Mile Away came out, we didn't have a firearms incident for 18 months in Birmingham. Violent crime dropped in one area by 50% and in the other area by 30%. So the statistics is there. You get me? No matter what I think, you get me. You get me the facts of the facts. You get me the proofs in the pudding. And like I said, if you live in Birmingham and if you come from that area, you can definitely feel the difference. I made a couple movies. I did Line of Duty straight after that. I did some other documentaries, Going to the Dogs, feature film in London, The Intent 2. And then I made my other feature film the other day. Well, a couple of years ago, it only came out the other day on proper terrestrial television, Trapping. So yeah. Intent 1, me and Scorcher. That was my mate Nicky Slim Ting and Femi. They was making a film in London. Well, first Slim was making a film called I can't remember what it's called. It was some grime stuff and that. It was about just telling the story about grime, and then we didn't end up making that. And then Slim hit me up and says, "You mind working on this one, The Intent, and playing undercover police officer?" I said, "Geez, undercover police officer, but fuck it, you might as well, you get me, show the versatility of my acting." I said, "Yeah, let's do it." And end up making The Intent, and that was like a project. Well, we all invested in that, and you get me, ended up making it. So it was a great experience. Was down for it, bro. It's acting in it, so whatever it is, you get me. Obviously, I'm from the road and that, but I won't take the road thing seriously. For me, the road thing's the idiot business. You understand it? So for me, you get me. If I got an opportunity to do something, you get me, and show a different kind of light, I run with that. You get me? So yeah, I was cool with it. You get me? Everybody else like, how could you play a policeman? I'm an actor, so I do my job. And you get me? Whatever you need me to do, as long as it ain't against my morals and principles, I work with it. And at the end of the day, you need police. If you didn't have a police in this country, bro, it'd be lawless. And regardless, you get me? Get me? If you're doing the road thing, you're doing the road thing. But for civilians and that, they need the police. That's how they handle their business. Something goes wrong for them, so I had no problems playing it. Everybody's pissed at me, but I was cool with it. You know? Intent 1, yeah, it did what it was supposed to do, and then Island Records got involved in part 2. So yeah, they gave the man them £500,000 and we made part 2. Yeah, so that was it. End up in Jamaica, Teddy Brockshot, yeah, different people and that. You get me, Popcaan. You get me, it was mad. I was in the yard, just having a great time. So yeah, it was mad. But like I said, Scorch, I think he went to jail while we was meant to move his filming, because that's why Intent 2 is a bit different, because the script had to be changed. What we had a whole different script, because Scorcher went to jail, had to flip everything up, and that's what became a prequel to The Intent #1. Yeah, it was mad. Like I love Popcaan's music, and I've always been a fan. So for me to be working with these man, then that for me was an honor. You get me? And when you're in Jamaica and that, you get me living a lifestyle. And it was uptown, like you had us uptown business in Jamaica. You get me, convoys, beer cars, motorbikes. It was what you see how you see Popcaan.
I feel like you had a bumbo class deal. Yo, remember your style man friend them, you know. Yo, foul.
Me die for the wall on the ras.
Popcaan. It was all of that wildlife. Yeah. It was wicked, man. I had a great time. I can't knock it. It was an experience. Making a film in a different country, coming from where I'm coming from, and that, you get me? I was happy. Yeah, good times. I wrote my own scripts with Penny, trapping.
That's everything, you feel me? Full up block, friends, Persian, legend, spin it and version. He's like chilling on the up block district. Come out the up street learning. He ain't who he says he is in his tracks, little prick, can't know him in person. He can tweak on the net till we catch him in earth and burn him, close them curtains. Squeeze on the lead with it, don't get seen with.
And then I learned the game, and it's obviously from Slim and Femi. I seen we can do this thing independently, because obviously when I made One Day, that cost nearly £1 million to make. He hit me, and we had to make films, and I was like, wild. But then I seen the man them could do it independently, and I thought, you know something, I'm gonna do this with my film. Then we made Trapping. So yeah, Trapping was my next project. I wrote with Penny and executive produced. So yeah, and then that popped off. You get me? So that's been my latest movie. So that was the move after that. I'd do everything exactly the same. I wouldn't change nothing. Yeah, I wouldn't change nothing. Like I said, everybody that was involved in it, it was street casted as well. So everybody from there, they had no experience in acting. It was just the crime rate dropped in Birmingham when we did that when we filmed One Day. So it had a huge impact on our community. And like it says, it opened up doors and you get me show people it's real, man. We can do this. I don't think before that there wasn't nothing too mainstream coming out of Birmingham, and then from that, Birmingham's been represented and respected in the industry. No matter where you go, who you talk to in the industry, they all know One Day. You get me? Like I said, there's a whole generation that grew up on it. It's old, and that's old film now, but there's a whole generation of people that grew up on that film and inspired them to, do their thing. Access in London, there's a lot more access. There's the infrastructure I built in London that's been there. You get me? So whether you want to get into the music, you want to get into this, you want to get into that, there's a way to get into it. In Birmingham, there isn't really that infrastructure. If you blow up, it's get me with social media that you can blow up on your own, but that's what you're gonna need now. Like I said, Mr. That they broke off a freestyle. You get me? And next thing you know, he's doing what he's doing. But the record in London, you can go and approach a record label. You can go to in Universal, you can go to Sony Records, you can go, all the buildings are there, bro. You just need to go and check them out. You get me? But in Birmingham, that ain't here. So that's the difference. The infrastructure is different here. Difficult question, because my journey's been unorthodox, so it wasn't the normal way that you get into acting. But if they want to I'd tell them to study it. Let me go to college, university. There's so many opportunities out here for you. Go ahead, man, chase the dream, and then you get what you're gonna need a couple credits. So you're gonna have to get some films or television or something under your belt where you got a couple credits and get on Spotlight. Get yourself an agent and run with it. Try to get me and do your thing. Apart from Day Day, make sure you go and check him out. You get me? Day Day, run it up. You get me as a rapper and that. I think he wants to. I'm not too sure about the youngest ones. They probably, you get me? They've got a whole lot of charisma and character. They're all capable of it, but I think the older ones are more into business and other kind of stuff and that. But my youngest ones, I think they're into the entertainment business. We'll see. I got 10 of them.
Any more?
No, I'm good. I'm out the game, man. God, you get me? Unless God gives me more, you get me? But I'm out the game, man. I'm good. Getting old, mate. Chasing the kids up and down is mad. Being a dad, there's no seven kids, 7 different minds. So there is no. I wouldn't say there is there's no formula for it, because everybody's different, innit? But you just have to maneuver and look after them the best you can, innit? And keep them in check. That's the main thing. Cause like I said, out here and that, there's a lot of kids. There's no dads. There's no discipline. There's no nothing. So that's why a lot of the kids think it's okay to walk with a knife and do this. My kids know before the police have to deal with me, and I'm gonna come down here. Understand? If you do any kind of bullshit out there, you're gonna have to deal with me. So they're gonna think twice before anything. You get me? And that's how I've raised them. Because sometimes they probably say, "Dad, we'll be up," but when the babies, I don't really go too hard on them. But once they're nuts drop and they get me, they feel like they're big boys and that. I'm gonna deal with you like a big boy, and you understand. And they think that you've been a bit hard because you wasn't like that when you was young. No, the world's hard, bro. The police station's hard, bro. The courts is hard, bro. Prison's hard, bro. What I'm trying to do is keep you straight. So, yeah, you have to. There's a lot to it. And like I said, 7 different minds, so you have to deal with each one of them differently. And some of them probably take more discipline, and you have to be more harder on others than others. But you just keep them in check, though, and your babies. And The change. I'd invest in kids getting together and having community events. And like I said, when I grew up, it was a whole different thing. The culture was different. It was all about community spirit and whatnot. So I'd probably try and work on that a lot more and make sure the kids from that end and that end, they kind of integrate from young. So they're already friends. So I take them on trips, places. You get me to spend money on taking them and giving the kids experiences that I can't get, experiences that don't have that, that infrastructure in life. So I take all the kids around. I take them around the world, and that you get me to understand it's much bigger than your hood. I think that's what a lot of these kids don't really understand. They think their whole world does revolve around that little environment that ain't, but the world's a big place, man. A lot more's going on. So giving your life up for the hood or doing the mad thing for the hood is wild, because you're gonna kind of cut your life short. And next thing you know, you're in jail and you've missed all these. You get me, this beautiful thing called life. So yeah. The music is one of our biggest problems. The whole of, like I said, even making the films and that's why I have to check myself. That's why I always try and make films with a moral kind of story to the end of it. You get me? Cause it's all about the music now. See, before, if you check the stats and that, before we had the drill music, I don't think the stabbing rate and all that was as high as it is now. I think that's played a huge part in it. And me growing up, when I watched Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, all of these things, you get me, it kind of turned man out. Man, I'm thinking, I don't go to school. I kind of fit into all of this. I kind of understand what they're dealing with. So that was kind of, it was poison. And a lot of it, like I said, there's a saying that, there's something in and they're saying that, you remember like NWA, saying that was like a psyops kind of operation, like the government knew exactly what they was doing. They've got all of these prisons and all of that, and they're privately funded now. So how are we going to fill up these prisons? How are we going to fill up this hotel with people? It costs 50,000. I get £50,000 for every person that's in here. I need to get all of these people in here. So they gave us all of the fuckery. And next thing you know, we're filling up these prisons, £50,000 every person that comes in here. I got 1,000 different spots. I got 1,000 different rooms in here. And you get me? Just fill them up. Then I'm going to build another one and fill that one up as well. So what man don't understand is they're playing into the game. Even when we made 1 Mile Away and all of that, the police said to us, right now, if the gangs don't exist, we ain't got no job. So obviously, it's not in our best interest for this gang shit to stop. You get me? Because now they have the gang operation, they get this funding for that. Before we made 1 Mile Away, they spent £350 million to zero effect in our community. And it's that's a business, bro. You get me? The man them are running, the man them are part of the business and don't even know it. Funding the police and that. You get me? Man, I talk about this, that, and the Fed. No, man, them are really funding the police. Or the fuckery what man are keeping up out here is what's keeping them in business. They wouldn't even have, if there's no gang use, there's no gangs, there's no gang unit, or that shit has to shut down. There's no funding for that. But as long as the gang's there or there's some kind of ripple of it, they're gonna sing on the song. You get me? And that's how the police are getting paid from the man. As if I could talk to a younger kid that was about to get caught up in the lifestyle, I tell that young man, so I tell my kids, are you a follower or a leader? Why are you, bro? Because as a man and as somebody, you get me, stick out your chest, bro. You do you, bro. Don't follow nobody. We get me. You get me. We all know right from wrong. Unless we've got mental issues and that, we all know right from wrong. You understand it? So do what's right, bro. And you see this thing called life, and you get me. What you put out is what you get back. I don't know if people, like I said, when I was young, I always say, I'm going to make films, I'm going to do this. The energy you put out there, I guarantee you'll get it back. So make sure it's positivity you push. You understand it? Yeah. I let everybody, just what I was saying, like I let everybody understand the power of thought. Understand it, control your thoughts. If you're going to have yourself on a low frequency and vibration, because everything's frequencies and vibration. I'm not going to get too deep into it right here now. Everything's frequency and vibrations. Keep yourself on a positive, uplifting frequency, and then your whole life will change. It's a choice to be upset. Like, we don't live in a third world country. We don't live in a place that's getting bombed. Count your blessings, not your problems. Because right now we live in England. They give you free money, free housing, free everything. They give you free education. It's up to you what you do with it. You get me? Count your blessings, not your problems. And like I said, I know things can be rough for people and growing up or whatever, not, but still try to remain positive. Because that's kind of what happens. You see, when like rich people get richer and poor get poorer, because their frequencies are different. Rich people waking up, I'm not saying that they're all happy and that, but their thought patterns are a bit different. They know everything's possible. When you're in a place of poverty, well, not even poverty, we just ain't got a lot. You get me? Sometimes your frequency can be a bit low. And if you're going to ride that frequency, next thing you know, you're going to be 40 odd and you've rid out that just low frequency thing. So keep your vibe up, be positive about life, and be all you can be. And love yous. I know you're capable of anything. Go ahead, man. Be all you can be, man. You get me? Shine, man. You get me? You know how we do. Yeah. Of course, most of the films and most of the stuff that we do street casting anyway. So if you see me putting up a film on, if you see me doing any kind of auditions or anything like that, just hit me up. You get me on Instagram, like I says, or whatever platform you see me. I'm a message away, and I check all my messages. You get me? So I will get back to you, guarantee. Instagram is Dylan DylanADuffus, Dylan A Duffus on Instagram, and that's just send me a message, man. However, whatever, if I can help, I'm here. Okay, so I grew up outside, so running the streets. I've always wanted illegal dope and then alcohol's legal drugs. So it was a no-brainer for me. When my business partners, because when I found out about that, the camel vodka, because I didn't create it, my business partner did. But when I found out about it, I thought this is perfect opportunity for me to do so. You get me? And get some. It's $1 billion business. You get me? So you get me? I'm trying to get a piece of it, even a small piece of that, man. I'll be happy. You get me? So we had the opportunity came up just before coronavirus. It was me, Zimbo, and Cyrus, and that, you get me. And then Zim did his own thing and whatnot. And then we heard the opportunity was still there around the end 2021. Cyrus hit me up when I was filming Trapping. He says, "Yo, that the bar's still there." I said, "It's still, bro." We hit the button and you get me. We were still running to now 2024. It's a hard business. There's extreme highs, extreme lows, and yeah, and then kind of the culture and things that we're involved in, it draws a lot of attention. So it's a hard business, but I love it at the same time because I get to chill out and you get me, every day is a party, really. So yeah, we can't complain. Everybody that's been a part of my journey is integral. There's no way I could be the person I am today without every single person, good, bad, no matter what it is. And I thank you all. Whether it's been a good experience, a bad experience, no matter what it was, I thank you all. 'Cause you made me to the man I am today. Yeah, yeah. And for me, I feel like I'm doing a lot better than I would. Like I said, I got friends doing life in jail. I got friends that are dead. I got friends that, you get me, it's crazy. You get me, I really grew up in it. So for me to still be out here doing what I'm doing, you get me, and happy and being able to look after my kids. Thank you all for your for whatever part you played in my life. Love is the key to everything. Like I says, whether it be in our communities, whether it be in your relationship, whether it be in your family, whether it be looking after whoever, love and forgiveness. You understand it? That's what we need to practice more as a people. I think and understand. Like I said, it's all good being hard and tough and this and that and the third, but it's all about love at the end of the day. Without love, we don't have nothing. You get me? So love is the key factor to everything. Walk with love in your heart and get me to see everybody. And like I says, regardless if you're blood related or whatever, not see if you see a brother, white, black, whatever, say hi, continue your business. You don't know what that did for that person. With just you saying hi and you're good and checking in on them. You get me? If you can help in any way, show you helping that. And you're guaranteed to get your blessings when you need your help. I guarantee the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, will give back to you as well. So yeah, stay positive and spread nothing but love. I love women. Whether it's my mom, every female that's in, you get me. I love women. You get me. Women. What men have to understand is women are emotional creatures. So you have to have forgiveness with them, and sometimes you're not going to understand what their isms and schisms are, but you still have to have love. Like I say, love is the most important thing. So you have to show love and like let's look after our women, let's guide and protect them. Let's do what we're supposed to do as men. You get me? So without the women, there's nothing. You understand that they what bear our children, they look after everything. You understand it when shit's hectic and you need a hug and you need some love and that they keep you calm and that. So it's all about looking after our women, treasure them. Big up all the babe mamas, big up my mama, big up all the female, big up every female, you get me, internationally, you get me, you know, I love you all, man. Like, I love the ladies, you get me, that's just that point blank period. I big up all my daughters, you know, like that. Daddy loves you. No, man, thank you for having me, bro, and giving me, like I said, I do a lot of interviews. I like this one, though. You get me, I like the way you did it, man. So, wish you all the best with what you're doing, bro. Yeah.